Hey, welcome back, guys. In this video, I'll be breaking down Ghost's connection to Power Book 2 and whether or not we'll see the slain legend going forward. A spoiler alert is now in effect for all of those who clicked on this video knowing goddamn well you ain't seen the finale. Alright, let's get to it. Towards the latter portion of Power Book 2's finale, much of the spiritual weight was placed upon Ghost and the slain legend's effect on our new series lead. Several comparisons were levied due to Tariq's unique redemption arc in saving his mother while undoing his mistake against her Uncle Tommy, the feds now believing the Chancellor to be no more as a result of Tariq's plan. Reek also rid himself of famed simp turned potential liability Jabari Kelly, who dug his own grave by underestimating his understudy. All of these maneuvers enhance Ghost's influence over a show developed for his namesake, and in today's video, we'll be analyzing just how deep that influence goes. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop $1 on that Cash App for us. Here we go. In order to properly understand the Ghost effect, we must first acknowledge the premise of Book 2, Season 1. Tasha St. Patrick is serving time for Ghost's murder in place of Tariq, sacrificing her freedom for her son so that he may have a chance to live and thrive in his own right. The maneuver was as selfless as it gets. Cooper Sachs, the renewed federal prosecutor, was forced to up Tasha's charges from local to federal and try her under the Kingpin statute. The Kingpin statute would alleviate all dirt from Ghost's illustrious name, and the Democratic Party subsequently. Though the physical Ghost was no longer among us, this entire season was dedicated to clearing his reputation. In a way, the narrative played into Ghost's previous season arcs. Remember, the Ghost Man has been striving for legitimacy since Book 1's pilot. Though sidetracked on plenty of occasions by his love affair, criminal affiliations, and past coming back to haunt him, legitimacy was always the goal, despite whatever it took to gain it. That goal was ultimately maintained by his political cadre post-mortem. Stephen Ott, the hilarious head representative for the DNC, was the Ghost Man's mouthpiece in this regard. He shuffled events, stayed on his lead prosecutor, and even shockingly took over the outcome to achieve his solution. Remember, we almost witnessed the birth of Lieutenant Governor Ghost, which would have been monumental given who we knew him to be. Ghost being robbed of entering the political arena is one of the last grudges this commentator holds against Tariq, and the maintenance of his good name was the least a power brass could do to console this notion. In addition to the political ramifications, Ghost also maintained a spiritual hold over Book 2. That spiritual hold really began taking shape in Tariq following Ghost's funeral. Reek was forced to give his father's eulogy, and for political and financial reasons, it had to be a shining one. Tariq ended up giving a raw depiction of his father's many complications. His brief stints with his father's associates, both personal and professional, allowed Reek to see another side of his forebear. Once that vision was fulfilled, Tariq increasingly grew into his own ghost-like inclinations. In the sequel carrying his legendary name, we witnessed his son enact his own ghosthood throughout his many conflicts. The way he acquired the services of Davis McLean, finessed a meeting with Monet, took over the drug game at Stansfield, evaded all attempts on his life, and juggled 3 lovelies at once were hallmarks to his father's character and prowess. Not to mention, Tariq also had to maintain his academic status by writing not just his own papers, but Zeke's as well. This is tantamount to Ghost, with all of his underworld priorities, still having to raise his family and ensure that truth and the watching folds were kept up simultaneously. The final nod to Ghost's unseen, yet heavy hand over the show was Tariq and Tommy's final confrontation in the graveyard. To briefly recap, Tommy intended to get revenge on Tasha despite his agreement with Tariq. When his last chance was pulled from under him, he vigorously confronted his godson, hemming him up until Monet J. Blige intervened. Following her clever anecdotes, the remaining Tejadas pulled up to gather their flock, to which Tommy replied, "You see this bullshit right here? This shit exactly like him, just like Ghost." Tariq responded with, "Well, if I ever see you again, maybe by then I'd be worthy of his name, right?" To which Tommy declared, "We ain't never gonna see each other again." I'll be digging into Tommy's side of this exchange in an upcoming video on my predictions for Book 4, But I want to stress the ghost angle of this climax. Power Book 2's debut season was about Tariq coming to terms with his actions against his father and family at large, reconciling those mistakes within himself, and finally blossoming into a greater version of his forebear, even if just initially. His growth into ghosthood will be a series-long development, which is why Reek qualified the position to his uncle, the only one who could truly give him that rite of passage as a result of his former brotherhood with his father. We are witnessing the caterpillar transform into a butterfly before our very eyes. If that butterfly was a murdering, drug-dealing, academic genius. But you get the correlation. Ghost could never escape his true essence, and Book 2, as a result, will never escape the presence of the Ghost Man so long as his seed marches on into an uncertain but brighter future. Thank you for watching today's video. What did you think of Ghost's impact on Book 2's first season? Be sure to leave me your thoughts in the comments below. As always, if you liked today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends who are Power Ghost fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.
Thank you.